can have it to send you.
I had a bit of a problem getting onto the web link that I had didn't work. I had to join through the website.
Which
so I don't know if anyone else
you're talking about?
The web link that I got in the email didn't work.
All right. So we'll speak to Corinne about it.
Okay. Just so you know.
Okay. All right, everybody. I don't know. I hope you can all hear me well. My name is Anat Goodman. I'm here in Israel. It's now 7 o'clock my time. And what we're going to do today is go over JITEP from scratch. So I don't know if you did a workshop with me in May, or if you know the app very well, then this is a good chance or opportunity to see how to do a webinar yourselves, maybe to other teachers, or learn how to use the app. So 2 sentences about myself. I'm an educator for the past 20 years. I have my master's in educational technology. I train teachers on how to use technology in education, specifically in Jewish education, Hebrew, Ivrit, and Jewish holidays and culture. So we are going to begin I'm going to share my screen, 1 second, and show you the app from the beginning. Or you know what, before I do that, let me see. You cannot minimize. Okay, I wanted to show you. Can you see my screen? Can you see the website of Jewish Interactive?
Before I saw your screen, now I see you.
No.
See you.
You only see me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay.
Now we can see it.
Now you can see. All right, great. So this is the website of Jewish Interactive. It's jewishinteractive.org. And after this webinar is over, you can go there and see a little bit about Jewish Interactive. But what I want to show you specifically is that if you click on products and you go into JITEP, I'm going to do it now. There is a short video in the beginning, and if you scroll down, you have 2 things. First of all, you can download the app from the App Store, or you can play on desktop. If I click here, play on desktop, is where all the activities of all the games that children create, that you create, they will be here. It's the same web store cloud of JITEP, and it's the same as you would see on the iPad. The only thing that's missing right now, the website is not completely finalized. It would be finalized by the end of August. So the search, the very important search field is not here at the moment, but it will be here. And in it, you'll be able to search for your games, for different games, and see here, if you can see Hebrew, for kids, by kids, Jewish holidays, there'll be different categories. And if you click on a category, for example, Hebrew, you will have different subcategories also going through here, which at the moment do not appear. And these would be, for example, grammar, or Ivrit Be'Ivrit, or literature, or Aleph Bet, or Hebrew letters. Hebrew letters and Hebrew reading. So all of these would be here at the top of the website. So the website is very important to familiarize yourselves with. And another thing that I want to show you on the website of Jewish Interactive is, if you scroll down, you have all these tutorials. You have all these videos that were created by a teacher in Canada on how to use JITEP. So each one is a very short video, and you can go and watch the short videos. If you don't remember how to create the quiz function or how to create the tap and type function. So all of this can teach you.
And they're very well done.
They are very well done. Gita, do you remember Orly? Orly created them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did a really nice job, and you can go and find all these videos on I'm going to stop sharing now. You can find all of these videos on the website of Jewish Interactive. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. I'll share my iPad screen. Just so you know, I'm doing this webinar using Zoom as the platform for the webinar. It's a very easy platform to use, and it facilitates different screen sharing, and it's very easy. Share screen. Okay. So I'm going to click here on JITAP. This is the app that we are going to look at today and learn about. Okay.
Where is that thing?
I'm going to put our faces on the side. Fine. So if you look at the bottom menu, the green menu, you have Discover, Play, Create, Feed, and Profile. A profile is your username because JITAP is a network of Jewish educators. It's like a sort of a social network or a Facebook kind of network where you create your own profile and you can follow different educators and you can download games of different educators, Jewish educators, and everything in it is monitored. We go through every single day on looking at all the games, and everything is monitored to see that it's not harmful, that it's appropriate. We do not check for accuracy. So if a teacher or a child creates a game and there is a mistake or something is wrong with the game functionality, we do not check for that. We can tell the teacher that there is a mistake in the game, but if the game is appropriate, it would stay here on the platform, and it's a very, very safe platform to use for children and for Jewish educators. So in the profile, if you click it, I'm going to click it here, you can create a profile. You see, this is a profile which we created for children to create games because we don't want them to use our own profile. And we don't want them, obviously, to have their own emails. So we just created a generic email for jikid@gmail.com, and we created a user for children. And the iPads are logged in as this user if we go into a classroom. If you want to log out, you just scroll down with your finger all the way down, and you have the log out here. So the first time, it would ask you to fill in a name, an email, and to join the first time. And then you would...
Anat, I have a question.
Yes?
I hit the profile, and I got, I don't know if you can see, I don't have what you have.
In the profile, you don't have what I have?
No.
Did you create a profile already?
You have a profile?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to log out now and show you. I'm clicking on log out. Okay, so now what it would tell you to put your finger, okay, is this what you see?
No, I see like in the green a face, and then in a rectangle, and then there's a bigger rectangle that says create and share, create a game.
Where the profile is, that's what you see?
When I hit profile, that's what I got.
No, but she has the pink person.
But she has a profile, but she hasn't created anything. So Anat has created a whole bunch of stuff. So you and I, who just created our profiles, because that's what I see too, but that's just because we haven't created or shared or anything.
So once you start creating, all your games would be there in your profile.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to go in as Anat. I have a few profiles, by the way, a Jewish Interactive.
And Nat, while you're doing this, just because we're a small group and I'm nosy, can we all introduce ourselves?
Of course. Right here.
Okay, so I'm Gita Neufeld. I'm based in New York City, if you can't tell from my accent. And I train teachers in the Syrian community.
Hi, I'm Susie Emmer. I teach 3rd grade at Yavne Academy in Paramus.
Oh,
I'm Leah Levy. I teach at the Mariah School, first grade.
my daughter-in-law taught there till they made Aliyah. Zahaba Sachs?
Who's that?
Zahaba Sachs?
Yeah, sure.
That's my daughter-in-law.
Oh, lovely
I'm
girl.
leaving to Israel tonight to see them.
Oh, enjoy.
Lovely. Nisiya Tova.
Amen. Thanks.
So I'm here. It's really hot, just so you know.
You're where, in Israel?
Yes.
Okay. That's it. No pantyhose.
No, absolutely not. Okay, so I logged in now. I'm going to click again on my profile. Now, this is a different profile. So the games that I created would be here. If you can see here under activities, there is the little triangle. So you can see activities is games. All the games that I created under this profile. And I had this one teacher, she asked me, how can I change the background of my photo? And I told her, you cannot change it. It depends on the last game that you create. So the last game that you create would be the background photo. But under your name, in the description, you can put in a link, you can put in something about yourself, your name, and you can choose your own photo as your profile photo. But the background would be the last game that you create. If you look here on likes, these are games that I liked. And on following, and I suggest to you to go later into my name, into Anat Goodman, and see who I follow and look at these teachers, because these are good teachers to follow and see different and good ideas of games that they create. You can see who I follow, and then you can go into these teachers and see their games and who they follow. And this is what I mean by a social network of Jewish educators, because you can go into different names and see who they follow and see which games they like. And it's really nice. Gita, I have you here as well as somebody I follow. And then you can see who follows me. If you click here on followers, you can see the different people who follow me, and you can see different games as well. So if you click on a person, it would tell you more about who follows them and who they follow. You will not be able to communicate. It's not like Facebook that you can like chat with somebody and communicate. You will not be able to communicate unless the person like me has their email in the description. But otherwise, you can just see their games. Okay, so this was the profile, and I'm going back into this Discover. I'm looking at the bottom menu, the green menu, the Discover. The Discover, if I'm scrolling down, you have here the most important one where it says search. This field where it says search, you can type in anything you want, in any language you want. So if I'll type in Sukkot, all the games of everybody who created and in the description wrote Sukkot would appear when you type in Sukkot. You can type in a certain name of a user. You can, when you create a game and upload it, you can write anything, just maybe a code or anything. It's like a tag. So whenever you put this tag in the search field, it would appear. The game would appear here. This is why it's very, very important to put the right words when you upload the game, because otherwise it's hard to find. For example, Pesach, there is Passover and Pesach, and with the CH, and there are different spellings. So the more you specify, the easier it would be to find your games. Okay, so this is the field. And here you have the different you have the different rows of different topics. The first one is how to use JITAP. It's a temporary one. We are going to redo the voiceover again, but in it you can see how to use JITAP. It's a good instructional game. We have Jewish holidays, parasha, Ivrit, Jewish general knowledge, text, special needs, trusted teachers, and these are updating all the time. Also, the rows would update all the time. What you see now is the beginning. We are now setting everything in a very professional way with more courses and more trusted teachers and different roles according to teachers who tell us what they want, what they like, what they need. So these are all these games. And of course, you can search for different games in the search field. So they would either be here in the front homepage or in the search if you look for different games. If you want a game, for example, let's look at a game. Let's see, a game which I don't have. If you want a game, you just tap on it. And you have, maybe if you can mute yourself. Whoever's speaking, you can mute yourself, please. Maybe I'll do it. Okay, so when you tap on a game, you have this get it, and if you click it, it will download into the iPad. And now you can play the game even without Wi-Fi in the classroom. Unless the game has a YouTube, then you would need a Wi-Fi.
Anat?
Yes?
I follow a few people, and I got an email that somebody, uploaded a new game, one of the people that I follow. So I clicked on the link, and it wanted me to download the app onto the iPad. I thought when you did the training, you said that you didn't need the app to play the game. You only need the app to create the game.
You only need the iPad to create the game.
But you still need the app.
No, you don't need the app on a desktop. You can play the game on a desktop without, you don't have an app on a desktop.
Okay, but on the iPad, I need to install the app.
On the iPad, you need to install the app in order to play it, yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And hopefully it will be also on Android soon. So you'll be able to play it on Android and on iPads and on the PC or Mac. But the web version of JITAP is now being finalized. It's not ready completely yet. There are a lot of bugs and it's updating every day. It should be ready by the end of August completely to register with insights and everything that the JITAP would have to offer.
Anat, on the web, can you create as well or just play?
No, just play. Just play. At the moment, you can only create on an iOS iPad. At the moment. I don't know if you're familiar with the TinyTap, which is the Israeli platform who collaborated with JITAP.
Yeah.
So TinyTap also, you can only create on an iPad, but they can also create on an Android, which we will have soon as well. But on a laptop, you can play, not create.
Okay. What
you could do, if you have, for example, a class and you have only laptops, you can create screens on, this is what I do sometimes. I create screens for a game. I design the game on a laptop in Google Docs, and then I open a Google Drive from my iPad, and I screenshot every slide. I can show you. I don't know how familiar you are with JITAP. I want to first go through everything on JITAP because I don't know who did any training with me before, or if somebody's completely new, then it's a bit too much information. Okay, so in the Discover, you'll see all the different games. To get one, you just tap on it with your finger. In the Play, if I'll tap on Play, then all the games that I downloaded to my iPad or that I created, they would be here in the Play area. These are my shelves. And if I click on something, I can move it to my top shelf if I want to. I can move them around with my finger. And if I click on the pencil at the top, I need to do it with my finger, I can delete games from my shelf. It will not delete them from the cloud unless I never updated or uploaded them. Then if I delete a game, the game would be deleted. but deleting a game would not delete it from the cloud. So I can clear my shelves, I can download new games, I can play around with the order of the games. And the other button, this one, is to upload the game to the cloud once I choose to. So as a teacher, for example, now during the holiday, the summer holiday, you can create a few games for Rosh Hashanah. And then before you want the children to play them or see or engage with them at home, even before school begins, you can upload them and send the link to the children, or tell them to look for, in the search button, to look for Rosh Hashanah, Amora, Wilma, or according to what you decide. Another important button which I want to show you is the Smart Play. Do you see the Smart Play on the top right?
No. Where is this one? Here I see it, but not on here.
Do you see where my mouse is?
I see it on the laptop.
Screen.
I see
Okay.
it on,
Okay.
I don't
So
see
the
it on the
Smart
iPad.
Play, you should keep it off. You should keep it off, not on, because if you keep it on, then when the child finishes to play one game, then it decides which next game the child is going to play. So it's always better to keep it off. Okay, so from Discover we went to Play, and I'm going into Feed. Yes?
Hi, could you show me again what you click on to upload when you make a game, what you're clicking on to upload that game?
Okay. Can you see on top of my screen, there is a little square with an arrow going up?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
That's
No.
If you click on that little square with an arrow going up, then you can choose any of the games. This little square appears on all the games, and you can choose which one you want to upload. And even if you upload and you add another slide to the game, or you change the game, or you voice over with different voices, if you prefer to use children for your game, you can update it.
Oh, you can edit it.
So, or you edit, yeah. If you edit, you can update it. You can update it as many times as you want. So it's in the cloud. It is a huge difference from JI Studio, that once you created something, it was done. You could not change it anymore. So this is a huge, huge difference.
So you're just doing it for yourself, updating the game.
The game is in the cloud. You can continue editing from any device. You can create a game in school, go home, log in as you, download the game, and continue editing from any device. You're not locked into one device, and you are not locked into one time when you finish the game, because you can continue changing it as many times as you want. Any other questions until now? Anything you wanted to?
How does the editing work with like what's on the cloud? Like if I use somebody else's.
Okay, so that's a different story. You can edit your games as many times as you want and update it. If you download the game, like a lot of my games, I keep open for editing, which means that you can download my game and change it completely, but you will not be able to change it in the cloud. You will only be able to change it on your iPad or assign it to your students, but you will not be able to change the original game. You will not be able to change the original game. You can change it as many times as you want, but you won't be able to now update it or upload it again to the web.
And what if you change your original game? Like you change it, but I liked the original one.
It's a problem. It's a problem. Okay. You can send me an email, Anat, please don't touch this game. I really like it.
Okay.
Can you give an example of choosing a game and then updating it?
Yes, I can show you one of my games. Here, maybe Arbaat Aminim Chidon, this one. Okay, so this is my game. I'm going to click here on the X. Oops. Okay, click on the X. Sorry, I want to edit. So in order to edit a game, I need to click on the pencil. Do you see the pencil at the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to click on the pencil. The pencil gives me the X to delete the game or to edit the game. I'm going to click on the pencil to edit the game. And this is my game, okay? This game is now online. If you put in the search ארבעת המינים חידון, you will find this game. So if I'll add a photo, now I'm going to, I don't know, take something from my camera roll. Take this one, this photo from my camera roll. I'll put it as background and write איפה הלולב? Question mark. Okay, I'll put it here. This is my screen. I'm going to click here to add activity. Next. I'm going to click here on add activity. For some reason, it didn't open the window, the menu. Ask a question. איפה הלולב? Okay, I'm going to mark my answer. My answer is the lulav. Tick V. Done. Okay, done. And now I'm going to update it. I'm going to click on that square. And it gives me an option. You can see here, it gives me an option to update. Okay, so I'm going to click update, update game. And if you had this game already, if you had downloaded it already into your iPad, once you will start playing it, it would ask you to update it. It would tell you that there is an update. So this is how you would update a game. It's now sending, and soon you can see. If you had the game, you would get like a field to say, please update the game. Just by clicking on it, it would update automatically. And you can see here that I left it open for editing. So you can change the voice, you can change anything you want in the game. This is what it means. If where the pencil is, if it's green, it means that you can edit my game. That's it, now it's ready. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the feed a second. Bottom green menu. And here I have the different teachers that I follow. I get the different things that they did. She assigned, you see Yael, this teacher, she assigned the game to me. She created a group, I'm in the group, and she assigned the game to me, so I get this message. And it tells me the due date also, August 16, 2016. You can assign a game where it said before update, next to it there was assign a game. But this is the Insights version, which we are now finalizing. So these are the different games and the different people I follow. It would all be here in the feed area. Okay, so the most important button is the create. I'm going to click on it. And the creation packs, the sticker packs, are changing and updating all the time. So you should always go inside and see what's new, or if you really need something or want something, let us know. We are updating all the time the sticker packs, and of course it goes along the Jewish calendar, so we have everything for Rosh Hashanah, for Yom Kippur, for Sukkot. You can look at the different creation packs. If you click on something, for example, I don't know, כרטיסי ברכה, let's create a Shana Tova. You can make a nice digital Shana Tova with the children for Rosh Hashanah. Shana Tova. And let's take a Rimon, honey, and תפוח. תפוח. Let's say Rosh Hashanah. Okay, so I tap on everything. I just want to show you. Once the creation pack is on my screen, I cannot move with my finger the different images on my screen. I need to tap in the middle. And when the creation pack go away, now I can start playing around with the size and organize my screen as I want to. Okay.
And it's also fun to put a picture, the child's picture, if you want to send it to the parents.
Beautiful to put a child's picture. Let's see how we do that. First of all, the Rosh Hashanah, if I don't want something, I'm just going to throw it with my finger and it will disappear. Shana Tova. You know what? I'm going to click here on camera and get from albums. Let's see if I have a child's.
One thing I would say, just be careful if you're going to be publishing the game,
Yes.
that you have permission for that child. Some parents are crazy.
Yeah, no, some parents are crazy, but some parents are right.
Right.
But if you publish something not on Facebook, here is a safe environment.
Right.
But you have to have the parents' permission. So this is my daughter, and I give permission to publish her photo, so you can have.
Cute.
Yes.
Very cute girl.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Actually, I'm going to have this one. Let's say it's this one. This is her photo here in the middle. I can add a frame if I want to. I can go online by clicking on the magnifying glass. Or if it's a child creating, she would probably click here in the middle and draw something, maybe around. I don't know, she can draw a frame or something, and then she can now speak and say Shana Tova לאמא ואבא, or אני מאחלת, or what I wish for the new year, or you decide on the activity. Once my screen is ready, stage number 1 is have your screen ready. Stage number 2, add the interactive layer, add the game function or the interactive function. How do we do that? By clicking Add Activity. I'm going to click Add Activity and then Next. Now you should know that whenever you do that, whenever you click on Add Activity, this photo was automatically saved in your photo roll. So if you have a screen which you want to use again and again, you don't have to recreate that screen over and over again. So let's say this is a digital Shana Tova. I can decide to use the say something, which is just to say something, or create a soundboard, which I think is a nice one. So I'm going to do the create a soundboard. I'll tap on that. And now it asks me to mark the hotspot where the soundboard would be. So let's say I'm a child and this is the Rimon. I can click here now on the plus and say whatever I want. זה רימון ואנחנו אוכלים רימון בראש השנה ולומר and say whatever I want. You can also, by the way, write. Here in the short description you can write. I'm doing an activity as if I'm a child now, not as a teacher. And then I can mark another hotspot and click here on the plus and say, שלום, שנה טובה לכולם, אני מאחלת לכם הרבה הצלחה, אושר, and say whatever I want, stop. And then again, I can do as many hotspots as I want on the soundboard activity. When you see the gear here at the top, if you click it, it would always give you more options. I see that it's not syncing with my iPad. And you can record an intro. Do you see the, no, you don't see, right? I need to stop sharing, I think. No, yeah, it's not syncing with my iPad anymore.
Now, can you do the soundboard that it should happen in a particular order?
No, unless in the intro you give instructions. Go according to the numbers, or if you number them, the soundboards.
No, I mean the opposite. Let's say I want them to know the pasuk Eretz Chita U'Sorah Gefen U'Teina. So I have all the different pictures of all the different fruit, and I want them to click on the fruit in the order of the pasuk, and then it'll say, when they click on it, the soundboard, it'll say Chita, Sorah, etc., etc. Is there a way to do that?
No, but what
Not
you
yet.
could do, not yet. You're right, not yet. What you can do is when you record the voice, say Chita, this is the first one, or
Okay.
Sorah, this is the third one. Put it in the voice.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on, I need to stop sharing a second and sharing again because it's not syncing. Share screen. Okay. All right, I wanted to show you what happens when you click on this little gear here at the top. You have the intro function that you can say like, שלום, זה שנה טובה מיאלי. תלחצו עליי ועל כל הדברים בתמונה. For example, and then you click on done. Click here on done. And that's it. Your Shana Tova is ready. You can... okay, now. Where next to the play, if you want to see what it looks like, you click on the play, okay, to see what you created. שלום, זה שנה טובה מיאלי. תלחצו עליי ועל כל הדברים בתמונה. I wanted to say זו שנה טובה מיאלי, okay, and just by clicking.
שלום, שנה טובה לכולם, אני מאחלת לכם.
If I want to change or continue editing, I need to click on the three lines here, which would get me to my, oh, it's not syncing again. Clicking on the three lines would get me to this screen, the first screen. And now to continue editing, I need to click on the pencil. And that's it. I can decide to give it a name by tapping here. שנה טובה. שנה טובה. שנה טובה, יאלי. Okay, I can add music by clicking here on the sound icon. Which one? Maybe this one. Double tapping would bring in this little cassette. And by clicking on done, the music would be there. I can go back and delete the music, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's very easy to undo. And that's it. I'm going to click on this little square to upload the game to the web. שנה טובה. שנה טובה, יאלי. Save game. People. And in 2 minutes, you'll be able to download this game, or the parents of the students would be able to download the Shana Tova and play around with the Shana Tova. So this was like a second to prepare and create, but you can create something really nice, maybe with 2 slides and say something about Rosh Hashanah, or teach something about Rosh Hashanah, or show what they know about Rosh Hashanah, and then create a nice Shana Tova. So now this game, if you go into your search bar in the app, you'll be able to find, if you type in Shana Tova Yali or just Yali, it would be there. Okay, so let's look at a few games so you can see.
Where would I find that? Where would I find that?
Okay, if you go here, I'll show you where. 1 second. Okay. if you go in the green menu at the bottom where it says Discover.
Menu on the bottom, 1 second. Why am I not getting my green menu on the bottom here?
On your JITAP app.
You have to start all over to get the first page, right? With all the games on it, right?
I have to go
If
back.
you have, no, you just click at the bottom menu where it says, the bottom menu is always there.
So which one were we supposed to look at?
Discover, if you go into Discover, because you're looking for a new game, so you would tap on Discover, and then in the search, you see where my mouse is. In the search mode, you would click now Yali or Shana Tova. I think I wrote it in English. Yali. I don't even think it's case sensitive. Let's see. Search in Yali. Yeah, so the game would be there. Everything with Yali.
Try Yali. Second.
Were you able to find it?
Not yet.
Okay, so
Yes,
now
I
Try Yali.
Yeah.
Here, I have it.
Yeah. We got it.
okay, great. So this is how you would find, this is how easy it is to create it and how easy it is to find it and to have other parents or children find their digital Shanot Tovot that you'll be maybe creating with them. And you can see later, by the way, this one, my daughter created for her teacher for the end of year. She made this quiz about him to say thank you for the end of, for the year in school. And the entire class played it in her class in London. And the teacher was amazed with what, with the engagement of all the children by playing this game that Yali created. Okay, so in order to go out of my search, I'm going to click here on the X and go back to play and show you 1 or 2 games so you can see the different options. So this one I really like. It's a really nice game, which I just discovered now.
מוטי הדובון מוזמן למסיבת יום הולדת. מוטי רוצה לקנות מתנה, אבל הוא לא יודע מה להביא. בואו נעזור למוטי לבחור מתנה ליום ההולדת.
I'll just show
מוטי
you
חושב וחושב.
here, this one for example.
אולי...
Oh, it's not syncing, 1 second.
That's under Ivrit?
This is, no, I don't, you won't find it unless you, wait, stop sharing again. Share screen.
What do we search it under?
Oh,
Presents?
I can give you I follow this teacher, I'll tell you the name and you can see this game, but it's a wonderful example of a game. So this would be,
אולי...
and then if you click on the red,
מטוס...
Also, it divides the syllables.
yes,
מה...
it's a really nice idea. Sometimes different teachers have great ideas that we don't always think about, and this is why it's so nice to see. Okay, so this teacher's name is Bat El Kashbi. Bat El Kashbi. I follow her, so you can see her under my profile. She creates.
This is what I was talking about. If the child hits Tos Ma, you know what I'm saying? Because that was a soundboard screen.
Right.
And if he hit the second syllable first, there's no...
Yes, but a child that lives in Israel knows that Aleph Bet Miyamin Lesmol is from right to left.
Unless he has directional difficulties.
Could be. So what she could do is write 1 and 2 under the circles, for example. To write 1 and 2 would solve that problem.
Would solve it. Okay.
Kashbi.
Bat-El Kashbi. Let me show you this one, also created by a teacher now in Manchester.
How old are you?
This is a soundboard.
אני בן,
No results.
כמה את? אני בת, בן כמה, בת כמה.
Okay.
Count the candles,
Oh,
type the numbers in Hebrew.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop sharing and sharing a few times today, I see, because I need you to be synced with what I show you. Okay, so in this screen, for example, the child has to count the candles and write the number in Hebrew. So ben kama ata, I have to count the candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and write here shesh. And then count the numbers here and write here sheva. So she created 5 different units for numbers to teach numbers in Hebrew. Great games. I'll tell you the name and you can see the different games she created. By the way, if you want to see what how the game is made, if you tap here on the 3 lines, it tells you which activity is on each page. And you can see which activity is on each page and see how the game is created. Her name is, her JI tap name is YRZegze. Her name is Yael. And this is another one she created, which is really nice.
They're very pretty. They're aesthetically very
Beautiful.
So this is a quiz. You have to quickly kama. Shmone. By the way, if you create a game as a quiz, you can go back and unquiz it. If you have a class which doesn't like competition too much or is too stressed, then you can change it and then update the game, and it would be without the competition element. So Yael, this teacher from Manchester, she created a series of 5 different games to teach numbers. Really, really nice and very simple. Like this one is just to say achat.
אחת. שתיים.
Each one is a soundboard. Each one is a soundboard all the way to 20. And this one, look, this one is really nice.
Press on the numbers in numerical order.
You see, she tells them in numerical order.
אחת. 17. 5. 15. 2. 12.
How did she make the box?
How did
she make the boxes?
Is your question is how did you make the screen with the boxes?
Yes. The table. How did she create the table?
I think she just took an image and created it. She just took an image from, I don't know, let's go into...
You just create a table in Word and make it pretty and then cut and paste it?
Yes, yeah, you can do that. And another thing that you can do is create something on Google Docs and open it on Drive. I'll show you what I don't know if I have it here. Okay, create. If you go on your iPad, let's do it from here. If you go on your iPad to your Drive, do you know how to use Drive?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not really.
All right. If you go to your Drive, I'm going to go into the folder of JI Tab. And I have here Mischakim, Mischaket Tiny Tab. This is from before JI Tab. And I have, for example, מה אני אוהב, This one, משחקים לאייפד חיות. And then it opens on my iPad the different slides. This I created on Google Docs, Google Drive. And let's say if I click here on the play, okay, because I'm on a web call now, it won't play properly. But if I click on play when I'm on my iPad, I'm just going to screenshot my this image. So you can do whatever you want and then open it from your iPad and have any screen. You don't have to use the screens that are limited to JITAP or to the internet. You can create whatever you need with Nikud, with text from Torah or anything, and just use that as a background. Okay, so these were different games. So really do go into the different teachers and see the different games, and you'll get amazing ideas, very nice ideas. Last one that I want to show you is this one, which I made for older children. Modern Hebrew GCSE is the exam that
Modern Hebrew GCSE.
Older children in London, in England, do.
Tap on the screen to begin.
So this is doesn't share again. Stop sharing. I just want to show you one version for older children. Okay, so this is a screen that is designed for older children. Let's see this one, okay. And the instruction is written. You don't have to say the instruction. And whenever you click, it's a soundboard. It's a simple soundboard.
חדר, room. בבית שלי יש read the words and sentences and translate them into English.
This is taken from a GCSE exam. So you can create it and children can practice at home. Just know that you can create different screens which are not only for smaller aged children. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Create now. Do you have any questions about how some of the games were created, or everything is clear so far?
Far so good.
Okay. All right, so I told you have the creation packs. Let's go now into maybe ארבעת המינים. I'm gonna take.
You have no creation packs for חיים יומיומיים, חיים בכיתה.
We are now working on it.
Okay.
Give us a month and we'll have everything. Everything to teach Ivrit. For example, if I have these two images, you know, if you double tap on an image, you can flip it if you want to. Organize it. Wait, I need more. אתרוג, הדס, ערבה, לולב. Okay. By the way, for חיים יומיומיים, at the moment, what you can do is go into the web. If you click here on the magnifying glass, you can take anything off the web. But we are working on different images specifically to teach Ivrit. Okay, so now I'm going to click on text, Aleph. And I have three options for text. Option number one is to type in my text. And if you have an app for Nikud, you can also do it with Nikud. I have an app called Davta Nikud, and you can do the Nikud, do the vowels on the screen itself. It's very time consuming, so for one word it works nicely, but not for more than that. So let's say I want to write Sukkot. I would tap here on the No, I'm actually going to do Sue.
So if you just write, it's going to come in there, right?
Right, but I have Nikud on mine.
Oh,
so,
yeah, we could. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. How do you get that?
Sammy did it for me.
No.
Okay, so you can type in whatever you want and design it with different colors, different fonts. Okay,
Where did you get different fonts?
here.
Where? Show us
Where?
again.
It says, do you see my mouse where it says, if
Oh, I
I
didn't
tap
know
on it, you have different fonts here. Okay, even if I have something done already, I can double tap it and now change the font if I want to. Make it, I mean, in Hebrew, it's difficult because there are not so many fonts, but for English, you have plenty. So my first option is to just type in whatever I want. My second option is to copy paste. If I have something done in Google Docs, again, I, with my finger, press on it and copy and then paste it. I click.
Will it carry the formatting? Let's say it's a font.
It would carry the Nikud and the form should carry the, I don't know, it depends. You have to
Okay.
try. You have to try.
I haven't tried it yet with Google Docs, that's why.
Yes, Google Docs I think would keep the formatting, but if you copy
Okay.
something from Word and you have Tav Yad, like script,
Right.
I don't think so. You would need to use it as a photo, not, I don't think it would carry the formatting of Word. But I had a teacher asking me about Chtav Rashi, if it would copy and keep it. So you have to try, but the Nikud, it would keep. And from Google Docs, it would keep everything. So you would just paste it.
Okay.
You just press it with the finger and you paste whatever you have. So this is the second option to insert text. And the third option, if you go here to Safaria, if I click on Safaria, then I have the entire Tanakh. I have Torah, Nevi'im, Ktuvim, and there will be Sidur and everything in Safaria. Again,
How do you get the Sidur?
it's not yet in, but you know the online version of Safaria, whatever you have there will also be on the app. So again, because everything is so new, we couldn't put everything at one time. It's going to take a little bit of time to sync. But everything, you'll have the Sidur and everything in Safaria, and you can choose your language by clicking on Aleph or A, and then just go into whatever you want. If you go into Bereshit, for example, if you go into Perek Aleph, you choose your pasuk, and you tap V, and your pasuk is here. And now you can edit the pasuk if you want to. Not that you want to edit the Torah, but if you want to change the font or you want to only use one word, by double tapping, you can now delete or change or do what you want.
Also, while you're in Safaria, you can take out God's name if you want. They'll change it to Elohim and to a Hey.
Oh.
Then, so you don't have to deal with that editing.
Very, very good comment. Thank you. I'm going to change it. Wait. Yeah, so this is how you would get the text from the Tanakh, from Safaria. So these are the three options that you have in your text. Clicking on the smiley would give you all the creation packs. I'm going to just throw away that and that. Clicking on the magnifying glass would take you to a web engine, which is not Google and is very and is monitored as well. So we tried it with so many different options to see what comes up after putting in all the filters, and so far so good. If for some reason something happens, please notify us immediately. You can choose download something by transparent or animated. So if
What does transparent mean?
transparent means that it doesn't have a background. So if you have a nice background to your image and you don't want a white background, you would click on transparent. Another option is to click on, for example, let's do PNG. PNG is like a transparent format of an image, and I would click on search. No, I actually want a clip art. Clip art. Okay, so I'll take this girl here. She has no background, but you will only be able to see if she has or she doesn't have a background. If I go into, let's go into Titus pack. This one. Okay, so now you can see there is no background to the child. If you
So how did you do that, Anat? How do you get no background? Transparent?
Either transparent or PNG. If you type in PNG, it should be transparent. Not always, but let's say I bring in something with a white background, you have the option. Let's see if I can. Okay, let's do without the PNG. I just want to show you how to remove the white background. Maybe this one. Okay, so this one has a background. If you double tap on the image, you have the remove white here. So you can also do that. It's not always great, like this one has, you can see here the symbol, the classroom clip art, but you can also remove white like that. And for copyright reasons, you should only use images which are copyright free to use. And this is why using the creation pack is a very good option, because you know that the images belong to you when you create the game, and you have no problems with copyright. You can use the images and publish the games online, and there's no problem with that. Okay, so again, clicking on the magnifying glass, you can also download animated images. Let's see, Earth, for example, if you're doing Bereshit. If I click here on animated, it would download and the animation would stay. We are going to have animations in the creation pack. I don't know, it tells me that this one is too long. Let's try this one. No, this one is not animated. Let's try this one and this one. We are going to have different animation packs for the different Jewish holidays. Some of them are already created. They look really, really nice, but they're not uploaded yet to the platform, but they will be soon. And you'll be able to use them. Okay, so this one is animated. You can put in Bereshit, you know, the first pasuk, and use an animation, which is really nice. So by clicking on the magnifying glass, you can choose if you want something animated, transparent, or just a free search, web search. Clicking here on the camera would send you either to your camera. You can take a photo. If I click here on camera, I can take a photo of I don't know, a worksheet of this one, for example. Take a photo of anything I want and use it as a background to my game. Retake, cancel, or you can use anything from your photo roll.
How did you get to the camera, please?
Sorry?
How did you get to that camera? I don't see where the camera is. Oh, it's on the bottom?
On the bottom, yeah.
Yes. Do you see it?
No, but I see where you got it. Okay, I see where the...
Okay. Do you see where my mouse is? Do you see my mouse? Do you see my screen?
I can't see the bottom of your screen, but I can see where it's going is to the bottom, so I know that it's there.
Oh, okay. Maybe, hold on.
You have to raise it a little bit.
It's all the way to the top. I'm thinking. 1 second.
Yeah.
Well, I know that it's on the bottom, so...
Okay. All right. Share screen. Fine. Okay. So, did you create any game before, or this is the first time you're trying to create something?
Were you talking to, you talking to everybody?
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I worked on Tiny Tap, so it's a little bit familiar. I have a question.
Okay.
When you are on the page where you have all your slides, and I forgot to put, and it happens to be one of the pictures that are on here already, Leah Levy Rosh Hashanah. I saw there before. I don't see it now.
Rosh Hashanah.
And I just want to make an introductory page, and I don't know how to, how to move the slide from the bottom to the top.
I'll show you. You're not talking about this page. You're talking about a game which I created, right? Let's say this game. You want to make an introduction to the game?
What I'm saying is that I have like 10 slides,
okay,
but I don't have an introduction. So I have the 10 slides, and I don't know how to make that last slide be first. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. I'll show you now. Let's say I have this game here. I'll go into editing. So you have these, not syncing, 1 second. Basically, you just hold it with your finger and you drag it after you create it. Okay, so we're talking about...
Yeah, that's exactly it.
All right, so if you hold it with your finger, you can drag it and put it first.
Got it. Okay, thank you. That's great.
Okay. All right. So do you have any questions? Because I know from previous webinars that teachers, all of them did a training with me in May, the state. Do you have any questions regarding game creations that you want to ask or find out how something is done or created?
Yeah, can you explain how to have the Sefaria text change to the Hey or Elohim?
Yes.
While it's still in Sefaria. You do it while you're in Sefaria, you do it. Before you import it into JTAP.
But Sefaria is like automatically imported, it looks like.
But you can do it. You can do it after you import it. I'll show you. Okay.
Okay,
I'm going to click here on text on the Aleph.
Running back and forth between this, and I'm on a call also.
And I'll click on Sefaria. I'll go into Torah, Bereshit, Perek Aleph, Bereshit. Okay. Step V. Okay, so now I have this pasuk in my game, okay?
Right.
If I double tap it, it goes into editing mode. And with my finger, I'm going to put my finger where I want to change the letter, okay? And go back.
So that, yeah.
And just
okay,
go
so
back.
it's just like editing text.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Okay,
It's
so
editing text.
is there an automatic way, or there's not an automatic way unless I import Sefaria onto the iPad first? Is that?
I don't know. Does Sefaria have an app for the iPad?
They're working on an app, but if you take the pasuk in Sefaria, drop it into a Sefaria source sheet, you can do all the manipulation in the Sefaria source sheet, and then it'll search the entire source sheet, change all the Yud Kei Vav Keis to Hey, change all the Elohims to Elokims. So it's just, and then you can copy it and put it into, for one pasuk at a time, it's probably not worth it. I deal with adults. If I'm doing a whole perek, it just makes it this way. I don't have to worry that I skipped one.
Right. Okay.
Rita, do you do all that through the app of Safaria, or do you do it through the source sheet online?
Through the source sheet online.
Okay, and then you copy paste.
And then I copy paste.
I see. Okay. So this is also a way to get the Siddur and everything that Safaria has that the app doesn't have yet.
Right. Just create a source sheet that you're never going to use. And it's just your source sheet with all these things in it that you adapted.
And then you just copy paste from your source
sheet. Right.
Okay, great.
Create a source sheet that you call JR Tap, and you just keep on adding text to it.
Excellent. Thank you. That's really helpful.
Thank you, Rita.
I went to a training yesterday on Safaria.
Wonderful. Good to know. Thank you. I'll know for next time.
Okay.
Any other questions that somebody has? Yes.
I actually have done the workshop before on making games. I think I can handle that. But you started out with saying you have to make a profile, and I never did that. So I guess that's the first thing I need. How do you make that profile?
Okay, so you see where my mouse is, where it says profile?
So no, because I don't have the bottom. Is it the bottom or the top?
Yeah, no, it's the bottom green menu on the right where it says profile.
Okay.
And I'm going to log out. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. I hope you can see it on my screen. I wonder why you don't see the bottom of my screen.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Okay, do you see where it says login? Where it says
log in with Facebook?
Yes, do you see that? Email, password, and then join or log in?
Yeah, so you got that by going to the bottom where it said
profile. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then you just enter your email, choose any password. The email has to be a proper email because you would have to confirm it. And the first time you would click on join, not on login. The first time you click on join, and it would ask you like 3 different questions. Are you a teacher? How old you are? Because it's age limited. And that's it. And then you confirm your email and you have your own profile.
Okay.
And I suggest that you create one profile for yourself, a private profile, but also if you want to create games with Gita, this is good for you to know. If you want to create games with different users, or if you want somebody to have an Israeli accent, teach in Ivrit, or a different accent like myself, if I want somebody else to have a nice American accent, if I create a game for American teachers, then I use a different username, which I created, just a generic username where I don't care about the password, and I can pass it on to another user, and he can log in as this user, download the game, and edit the game as if it's his own game, and then update it onto the web. So you can create a nice game and have somebody else continue editing if you use a generic user that This is one thing. Another thing, you can create one user for the children also, and have all the iPads in the classroom logged in as
game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if we have students making their own games, so you advise just creating one generic username for, say, a grade or a class?
Yes.
Rather than having every kid have their own?
Absolutely. Have a generic one for different children. For different classes. You can do Mora Wilma, grade 2. Mora Wilma, grade 3. And then all the iPads are logged in, and it's much easier to monitor, to control, and by tagging the game with a specific name, it could be like, of course, just a first name, not a family name. could be Yali. She would tag in. Let me show you what I mean by tag in. When you upload the game, it asks you, let's upload the game. If I choose a game to upload or to update, I'm not logged in now. It would ask you to put something in the description field. And there, if you enter a name, Yali, grade 2, or anything you would enter, would be easy to find in the search bar. Let me just log in a second and show you. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, that's great. That's a good workaround.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. If we can communicate with you on this email, I guess, if we run into trouble.
Absolutely. You can communicate
Thank you
with
so
me.
much.
Absolutely. And ask any question and go into jewishinteractive.org and see the different tutorial videos. Maybe they would answer your questions, but you can communicate, ask questions, or even if you just want to know something or you don't understand how a teacher created a game, you can ask me.
What happens if you're unhappy with the game that you make? How do you get rid of that?
You just, first of all, you can edit the game and make it better always, or you just delete the game. You can delete any game. You just click on it and delete it.
There's a delete button, you flick it out, I mean.
Yeah, look, if you click on the pencil at the top, sure.
Hi. Okay. Sorry about that. I was in the middle of the work. Oh.
1 second. All right, so if you see the pencil at the top of the page, if you click
Yes.
it, you can delete a game here if you want, your own game. Or if you go, I'm not logged in now, but if you go to your profile and you click on a game, you have the option to delete the game.
Yeah.
Okay. By Xing it out.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I hope it will be really useful. And let me know if you create something. Send me a link.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very
so
much. Laila Tov.
Laila Tov.
Thank you very much.
Bye.